Alright, hey guys, it's Ben here from your calc class. I'm here to teach you guys about the product rule, filming on location in the sewers of Carlsbad. Let's get into this. Alright, so if we have a function called h of x that can be defined as the product of two other functions, f of x and g of x, the derivative of h of x will be f prime of x times g of x plus f of x times g prime of x. Alright, so in this example we have our function h of x defined as x squared plus 2 times 2x squared plus 1. So what we can do is we can take these two separate quantities and separate them into their own functions. So we can separate this into f of x equals x squared plus 2, and we can take this and say g of x equals 2x squared plus 1. So our h prime of x is going to be f of x times g prime of x plus f prime of x times g of x. So here we have our f prime of x, so x squared plus 2, power rule becomes 2x, times just our g of x, 2x squared plus 1, plus our f of x, just our x squared plus 2, times g prime of x, which is 4x, just using power rule. And then here I just distributed all the terms, and here I just simplified to get the final answer of 8x cubed plus 10x. Alright, for the second example, we have a pretty gnarly problem where h of x is 5x to the fourth plus 2x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x times 6x squared plus 9x plus 1. Now distributing this, all of these terms, when you have like 4 terms here and 3 terms here, that's too much work. So here you really do have to do product rule. And so h prime of x is going to be 20x cubed plus 6x squared plus 8x plus 3, which is our f prime of x. And you multiply that by your g of x, which is 6x squared plus 9x plus 1. And then to that you add your f of x, so bring that down here, times your g prime of x, which is 12x plus 9. And then you can usually just leave your answer like that, but if you do want to distribute and combine like terms, that comes out to 180x to the fifth plus 285x to the fourth plus 188x cubed plus 168x squared plus 62x plus 3. Alright, so next we're going to talk about the triple product rule. So we already talked about what happens if you have a function defined as a product of two other functions. What if you have a function that's defined as the product of 3 functions? So here, if we have this function j of x is defined as f of x times g of x times h of x, j prime of x will be f prime of x times g of x times h of x plus f of x times g prime of x, h of x, plus f of x times g of x times h prime of x. And every time you have a function that's another function multiplied together, you just carry on in a similar pattern. Alright guys, thanks for watching my calc video. I hope you guys learned a lot about the product rule. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next math tutorial. This.
Come back, little friend.